Oh, dude,
Excuse me. Sorry.
my knee is killing me. I'm telling you, man,
You're just getting old.
I gotta stop dancing. It's my
Oh,
problem, man. I dance and I'm just like, I feel like I'm gonna blow my knee out.
You just need to go with just dance in your chair. Do a
just
little.
spin round in your chair.
I'll break the
Yeah.
chair.
What?
I don't want to break my wheels, man.
You won't break them.
I have rug. You can't do that on.
You don't have to like.
Oh.
Plus, I'm a 900-pound gorilla, man. If I start moving around the chair, like snap, it'll go.
Oh my goodness. Big ouch.
Big
How
ass.
much?
900
$900?
No, I said 900. I wasn't talking money. I was talking like I.
I thought you meant the chair was that much. I was
No.
like, excuse me. That's so expensive.
I
Like,
meant that I weigh a lot. Like I just said, 900-pound gorilla
Oh.
meaning me.
you meant in like money.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Bells. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the amazing, the wonderful Holly. What's up, Holly?
Hello.
She's like, sighing, like, woof. Okay, I made it.
Okay, fine. I've made it through. Hello.
The fantastic Caito. What's up, Caito?
Hey, hey, hey.
And then this week, today's topic from the awesome Charlotte. What do you got, Charlotte?
Hey! So my topic today, kids, is the story of AC in this Animal Crossing game. Obviously, the Project KK. I kind of like felt it got a little bit redundant because once you got to 3 stars, that was kind of the end of that. So I would like to know, would you guys like to see it extended, or in what capacity would you like to see that story kind of extended within the game?
I mean, I have, I felt like it was the first time I truly enjoyed Animal Crossing on that level because it's never been in any other game before. I mean, you always had subplots within the game. Like the Able sisters have a big, long story that you'll learn as you go through. There was always in the post office a love triangle going on between Phyllis,
We love it.
Pelly, and Pete. So that was always a thing.
Katie as well, the little...
Yeah,
Katie, the little cat?
Yeah, the
Oh,
cat, the
so
missing
cute.
cat, who later on in the game came back as an adult.
Yeah.
And then you had the other one was Brewster. Kind of would start to tell you stories as you would hang out at the Roost more and drink coffee with him. So there was always these like little undertone, but this was the actual first time that they were like, "Hey, if you want to unlock this, we got to do this." And then when you want to unlock it, you get kind of like a little storyline. What was going on? I want more. I really do. And for me, I feel like the next storyline should come off of. It ended with KK. It should continue with KK and start off with where KK is like, "Hey man, I'm tired of hanging out at this stupid spot out front, blocking the door and all this. I have a friend who owns a coffee shop, and I've told him about this island, and he wants to bring the coffee shop here. What do you think?" And then that unlocks this whole thing where maybe you got to do some other things. Like maybe you have to have the island at like a 4-star or 5-star, or maybe they unlock a 10-star where it advances further and we have to go further with our islands. I mean, there's something like maybe you got to do something to unlock the Roost. Maybe we got to, because I also like too the building of stores. We had to go you had to submit 30 pieces of wood and 30 rocks and all this stuff. Like, maybe there's something like that, like, where you have to submit a bunch of stuff to unlock it. Or maybe Tom Nook is like, "Hey, we're at capacity. You want to unlock this new building, you need to do something." Or the museum is at capacity, we need to hire some people, so we got to unlock and do these things in order to get it. I'd be all for it. What do you think?
I feel like, the start of the game is just one big tutorial, in my opinion. Like giving in the materials, giving in this, giving in that. Like, I really playing it a second time. I was like, this is just a big tutorial. Like, I felt like there was no story. Like, I didn't know what the story was. It was just like a tutorial masked with like, hey, you're at this island, you know. I think it just got to a point where both times I was like, right, can I just get to this point now where I'm like free? I can do what I want properly. I think I would like more story, but I don't want it to have, like, I don't want like a certain feature to be put behind a story wall. I wish it was kind of like, I mean, kind of like how it was with Terraforming, you know, it's behind this like campaign. You have to do this, get to KK Slider, and then you can terraform.
You're telling me you didn't like that moment when Tom Nook shows up at your house and it's just like, hey, you've helped us along. Like, I just felt like that was a moment for me.
I did like it. I did like it. I was like, oh, that's cool, but it was kind of like I had seen what the future looked like in Animal Crossing, and I was so keen to start terraforming. I was just like, ugh, like maybe I would have enjoyed it a little bit more and like taken the journey a bit more if I already had those tools to hand. But I didn't quite see. I know we had to like build it up. I know it was about like, you know, getting more people, but even just things like putting the furniture outside for the villagers, I was just like, oh my god, it's such a waste of resources. Like, I knew that even on the first island, but I think if they were to do like another campaign mode, or even just something that involved like quests for like villagers or something like that, you know, that had rewards like more interactions, more this, more that, maybe their houses get bigger, maybe this, I'd be all for that. But I just didn't like the campaign as it was, because it just felt like a big tutorial, unfortunately. And even more so second time round playing it, I was like, there's no story here. It's just, hey, you're at this island and oh, now we've got to build it up and make these random items just so that people move in, because someone's going to want a stone table, a stone stool, and some peach surprise boxes and chairs. I was like, that's a bit of an odd mix, isn't it? Yeah, that's just my take on it, though. But I would like a bit, maybe more story, a bit more structure, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Holly there. I wouldn't mind more story, but I wouldn't want it to hinder my ability to have free reign of designing my island, because that's the whole thing. Like, especially when starting my second island, just to try to get to 3 stars, I literally just placed a bunch of random furniture outside, dropped down 50 fences, random flowers, random tree, you know, just random stuff, because it's like, it's almost like you don't have the resources to make your island the way you want soon enough, if that makes sense, because I knew where I was placing things wasn't going to be where they were going to end up. It kind of, I don't know if any of you guys have played Dragon Quest Builders 2. So it had the longest story mode, I feel, and I enjoyed it for the first however many hours, and then I got to like the last world or whatever it was, and I was just like, oh my gosh, if I have to do another quest,
but I felt like that was
lose my mind.
The difference.
I just want to build stuff. I just want to go build stuff.
I feel like with that, like that was fetch quest stuff, and I didn't feel like Animal Crossing was fetch questy. I just felt like I didn't. If I go back,
all it was.
No, but I feel like if you go back and like you look at it like without rose. Or not without, whatever. Like, if you're looking at it from a different perspective, your first playthrough. Obviously, the second playthrough is a different animal because we're all rushing to get to the point where you can decorate your islands. But the first playthrough, I enjoyed it. I really did. I had a blast with it. And I just was like, even like when Red came, right, and we unlocked the paintings, like, that wasn't just a boom, here it is. You had to do a couple things to kind of unlock it. To me, it personalizes the game a little bit and just makes it feel like, and that's the thing, like, I felt like, unlike other Animal Crossing games, like in New Leaf, when you're the mayor, like, I just feel like you're not necessarily the mayor. You're kind of just like a talking point to tell them. But I felt like there was more of a teamwork thing with Tom Nook, to the point where, like, when he comes to you at the end and he's just like, hey man, thank you so much for this, we finally did it, this is what our dreams were. It felt like a moment to me, and that's what I think. Like, in games with stories, I think you're always looking for that moment. I enjoyed it personally.
Tom Nook does not know how to use teamwork. That's what you consider teamwork. You are playing for the wrong team.
What I mean is compared to other people. Like, yes, you're doing I'll tell you, yes, you're doing the work, but like, what I mean by that is like, it just felt like it was a moment that he acknowledged that you did the work, or you helped make the island what it was. Where in other games, you got nothing like that. Like, it was just like, hey, go do this, go do that, go do this, go do that. So, I mean, I knew there was going to be like that tutorial in the beginning because they were bringing in a lot of new players, and they had to explain to people how to get to that point. Mm-hmm. Old people that haven't played it for a while, or old school gamers, that would just like get me through as quickly as possible. I want the chains unleashed. So
that is a good point.
But it's Charlotte's topic. So what do you got? What's your thoughts, Charlotte?
To be fair, like. I'm kind of with you a bit more, Bobby. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, I have not done a second playthrough because I don't have a second Switch. So, like, I kind of look back and think I really enjoyed it. But what I thought about quite a lot, and it does kind of lead into the topic what we've spoke about already of having the second Switch, is I feel like once we got to 3 stars, that was it. Then it was just, oh yeah, you got to get to 5 star, but there was no real like reward for doing so. And I would have liked to see the reward being you get to 5 star, and then Tom Nook comes over and be like, you know what, you've done a really, really good job. I'm gonna hire you out now. You're gonna be like a design consultant, and that could open up the ability to have a second island, and you're a design consultant and help that island, design to a certain spec, or we want a natural island, and it could have opened up such a bigger kind of aspect that would have carried on that terraforming and which was the big new feature for the game. And I would have liked to see it open up in that.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah,
like
me too.
The villagers, like kind of like a happy home designer thing, where they're like, I want this kind of thing.
You
know, maybe depending on personality types, could be more like, oh well, because we have lots of peppies, we want like a really cute island or a really, I like that idea.
I just think like, because that was the take home, wasn't it? The terraforming was a big new feature, and I just find like it's good, but now we've all run out of space, and we want to do something else.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Caito's like, no, you still haven't got me over yet.
Yeah. Caito's like, no, I'll just keep buying.
He's like, I'm just gonna stay over here in my little bubble now.
I would be fine with it. I just don't want it to. And I don't think that getting to 5 stars, you shouldn't be allowed to have as many flowers as you want, or as many trees as you want, or. Yeah. I think some of the stipulations to get to 5 stars are ridiculous.
Well, that's
I've never hit 5 stars ever.
Really?
No,
I did on my first island. But...
Oh my god, it's so simple to get to 5. The thing is,
I literally
in previous games, it wasn't 5 stars. It was called a perfect town, and it was there were stipulations. You could only have so many trees. You could only have so many flowers. You couldn't have weeds. Where this one, you get no knockoff for weeds. The only knockoff and score you get is like if you leave items out. That's it. Like, there's no punishment in this game at all. Like, at all. Like, in the past, if you time traveled, you could lose villagers where they just leave.
Yeah, you get the Rafflesia, that horrible, like, vile plume looking thing.
Yeah, you don't get anything. Yeah. There's no punishment in this one. So, good topic, Charlotte. I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
You did good, Charlotte. You did good.
Yeah.
Came prepared. For once.
So that is all. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Breaking Bells. Be sure to subscribe to Charlotte's channel. We want to push her to 1,000 subs. So if you're here for the first time, let's go. It doesn't cost you a single thing to hit the sub button. Let's go. What are you doing with your lives?
We're going to sit here and wait until you go.
I'm not waiting that long.
Okay, let's go.
I'm not waiting that long. We'll be here for 6 months. What are you talking about? No, just kidding. I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Don't do that to me, Bobby.
No, you'll be there quick. You got whatever. We got you over the hump quick. We wanted you to 400. Boom, it happened. You went right to 5. Come on, we can
almost
do it.
To 6, right?
Yeah, we're almost 6.
Yeah.
3. When I checked this morning, it was 3 away. When I checked this morning, 3 from 6. So I won 1,000. That's what I want. So that is all. Peace out, Preston.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.